Slaves, welcome back to Professor Providence. Man, I love saying that. Alright, so my students, welcome back to another episode. So today, in this recording, I'm going to teach you guys how to focus on abundance. I'm going to share with you 3 techniques on how to do this. Alright, so pay close attention. So, the first technique that you can do to attract and focus on abundance is to pick 3 things that you want to attract more into your life that resonate with you. So just 3 things that you really want and 3 things that match your frequency. And this could be anything. You know, the options are unlimited because in this universe, there are so many things that you can be abundant with. So all you have to do is pick 3 of those things that you really love and really resonate with and just pick them. So for example, if you really love music, pick music. Or if you really love cooking, pick cooking. Or if you really love outer space, pick outer space. All right, these are just quick examples. And so part 2 of this first technique is to bring them to paper. Because when you bring things to paper, when you write them down, you are sending a signal to the universe that you really want to resonate with those things that you want to attract. And then those things that you want to attract into your life will become more abundant. All right, so that's the first technique, how to focus on more abundance. The second technique on how to focus on more abundance is imagination. Now, I've said this in all my other previous recordings because imagination is essential for what you want to attract in your life. All right, so all you have to do, my students, is just imagine how it would feel to have those things that are abundant for you and train yourself to essentially have those things in your life. So what I mean by that is if you train yourself to believe that you already have those things, like let's just say for instance the music or the cooking or the outer space objects or whatever it is that you're trying to attract, you are tricking your brain into believing that you already have those things. All right, so what you could do is you can train yourself to essentially imagine yourself seeing the object. You can also imagine yourself how it would feel to have the object. And you can train yourself to be this higher version of yourself if you had the object. So the 3 things are sight, feeling, and being. So just imagine yourself like, how would you see yourself having this abundance? How would you feel? What are your emotions when you have the object? And also, what will you be like? Your state of being when you have that object. So if you just imagine all 3 of those things, you will also attract the thing that you want to have in your life, essentially. All right, so imagination is crucial. Now, the last technique on how to focus on more abundance is creation and rehearsal. All right, so what you have to do is you have to create a scenario in your mind, body, and soul so that you can trick your divine being into believing you have that abundance. All right, because when you create a scenario in your mind, what you're doing is you're tricking your brain into putting yourself into that frequency of having that abundance in your life. Because when you create a scenario in your brain, you're sending yourself to another portal in another dimension that matches the frequency of the you that actually has that music, or actually has that cooking, or actually has that outer space, whatever it is that it could be. And you are training your subconscious, you're training your brain, you're training your body, and you're training your soul into already having that. So that way when you actually do attract the actual thing that you're trying to attract in your life, you've already practiced on how you feel, what you would be, how you would see, and just your whole state of mind, your state of being, like your state of soul, like your state of everything, of having that object or whatever it is that you're trying to attract. And it's just going to be a whole lot easier. All right, and it's just going to feel more euphoric, and it's going to feel amazing, and it's going to feel right. Now, I have tried these techniques, and these techniques actually work, because when I wanted to attract more abundance into my life, I actually found this picture on Google that you see before you, and I just started getting more abundance because I matched to the frequency of the higher version of myself that has that abundance. All right. So I encourage all of you, my students, to do the same thing. All right. So just to reiterate, the first technique on how to focus on abundance is to pick 3 things that you want to attract more into your life and bring them to paper. Just write them down. That way you're sending a signal to the universe that you're matching that frequency of those abundant things. All right. Now, step 2 is imagination. So basically imagine yourself like the version of yourself that already has those things, and train yourself to like see the thing coming before you. Train your emotions, how it would feel when you have that object, and your state of being, like what you would be like when you have that object in your life. All right. And the third technique is creation, rehearsal. Just imagine a scenario in your brain and rehearse it a couple of times, however you are, like whatever person you are, whatever being you are in this lifetime, in this matrix, whatever you want to call this reality. And just train your whole mind, body, and soul, and your whole divine being into believing that you have that abundance so that it can come faster to you. All right? So these are the 3 techniques that you can use on how to focus on more abundance and also attract more abundance. All right, my students? So this is it. If you enjoyed this recording, you can like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you want to hear more providential advice like this. And as always, stay true to yourselves, love yourselves, and be in tune with yourselves. Until next communion.